Hello everyone. I'd like to begin my analysis by offering some comments on Dr. Simkovich's interpretation of Psalm 135. First, I want to thank you for a great job because now I can clearly see that this is a song to be sung, to have been sung by the Levites, by the priestly class. And once I see the words that you pointed out to make that true, it's obvious, right? We have the praise in the introduction, and then we have the blessings in the conclusion. So it's clearly a song that was meant to be sung in the temple by the Levites and the priests in honor of what God has done for the people. And in the middle, we see that why are the Levites and the priests blessing and praising God? Well, they're doing that because the people of Israel have been chosen in direct parallel with the creation story to be the apex of the creation and to have that blessed spot in Israel, in Jerusalem, and now they have the opportunity to offer thanks for the place they've come to inherit in Jerusalem. So it's a real beautiful song that parallels in the beginning and the end with blessing and praise, and then in creation and the creation of Israel, and manifested through this beautiful song of praise sung by the Levites and priests. I'd also like to note on a new word I learned, which will be helpful in further study of Psalms and anything in the Old Testament, that being Elohim, which is another name for gods or idols or judges, but might get interpreted in some places or some Bibles as God, but it's not the same meaning as a tetragrammaton. So it's very important to note that. So thanks for pointing that out. Finally, I'd like to make a point on a student comment, and that would be Scott's. Scott talked about the good and gracious God that we see personified in the psalm, and Dr. Simkovich expanded upon that by telling us about the 13 attributes of God that we see in Exodus 34 through 6. And I'd like you to listen to these and note that we also see not only a good and gracious and loving God, but a God who's just. And take that away as the last point of my interpretation here. So, Exodus 34:6. The Lord passed before him and proclaimed, the Lord, a God merciful and gracious, slow to anger and abounding in steadfast love and faithfulness, keeping steadfast love for the 1,000th generation, forgiving iniquity and transgression and sin, yet by no means clearing the guilty, but visiting iniquity of the parents upon the children and the children's children. So remember, a good, gracious, and loving God, but also a just God. Thank you.